just won't believe how big. Listen to me now. Space is big. It's really, really big. You just won't believe how big. Listen to me now.
Down in the mud in my gown, cause a clown, it says it works for the town, wants to knock my house down. When my bud comes around with a towel of mine, saying, hey, do you mind sliding off for a pint? I'm down at the pub, 6 pints of bitter, dudes from Beetlejuice. I'm like, you gotta be spitting bitter onto the floor. I hear my home being flattened, who'da I seen it coming, this becoming a pattern, all frequencies. Your attention please, your silly words are so big in the way you see. He's holding his thumb to the sky while I try to make some sense of the rubble I once called my life. Thumbs up! I'm in the hold of a starship. No more McDonald's or parsnips. The end of the world is the start of my story. On Alpha Centauri, can we find some tea for me?
The guide recommends that you sing along.
I'm holding my breath, feeling numb, what and mum as I face certain death. Tell me when I was young till I land on a beach where I'm faced with the sinking prospect that my partner is becoming a pink. But now I'm back at a flat, met a girl, had a chat, and then she lived with a dude, and I thought that was that. Never gave her my number, why do I hear her calling? 3 to the power of 2 million and falling.
Flying in a starship, heart of gold. May I be so bold as to extol the visions you behold? Haven't folded not from mold, but because it's manifolds and
Probability drive, which is the reason why we stole it.
Baseball had a great idea. Find the last world of Matt
It's like a Build-A-Bear workshop, but for planets, and we're gonna be rich. It's a mess.
God damn it, Ford, listen to the man on the tape.
You've reached Magrathea, home of great landscapes. Sorry we're unavailable to take your call, but please take these heat-seeking missiles as a courtesy.
Jeez! They're on the bridge in my gown like a clown, trying to save her necks and they keep shutting me down. But I'm probably right to assume infinity drive go boom, boom.
No, not again.
Down in the mud with a paranoid droid. I said my world was destroyed and he just acted annoyed when out of the whale guts emerges a pale but wizard old man with a marvelous tale. My name's not important, don't ask, but if you must know, it's slotty but fast, which sounds very silly to most sentient beings, but it means something really, really cool in ancient Magrathea, and you have much to learn, Earthman. You're fairly new to this. A billion years ago, philosophers were like, we're through with this fighting about the meaning of life and all that stupidness. They built an electric brain. Yeah, I know what a computer is. Deep Thoughts voice filled the pavilion, said it might take a minute or several quadrillion, and when their descendants came to hear the report,
See, you didn't ask the question right, so piss off. It's 42.
back to the drawing board, go on organic. We'll make a new computer that is also a planet. 8 billion years later, someone finally lands it, and 8 seconds after that, the Vogons planned it. Don't panic! But the mice are all part of this game, and now they're trying to dice up my brain. Because the answer's inside me, but I can't even find it. I need something to guide me.
Rock.